Kim asks, what if there was a lake on the moon? What would it be like to swim in it under a giant dome with a normal atmosphere? It would be incredible. I sincerely believe that swimming on the moon is so thrilling that it could be one of the main reasons to travel to the moon. At least it's better than the reason Kennedy gave. Swimming on the moon would feel almost the same as on Earth, as how high you float depends only on your body's density compared to the water's density, not on the force of gravity. Swimming underwater would also be similar. The main source of resistance while swimming is the inertia of water, and inertia is a property of matter independent of gravity. The maximum speed of an underwater swimmer would be about the same on the moon as here, around 2 meters per second. However, everything else would be completely different and much more interesting. The waves would be bigger, the splashes more intense, and the swimmers could leap out of the water like dolphins. To calculate the height a swimmer can leap out of the water, several factors must be considered. But ultimately, an average swimmer on the moon could jump a full meter, while an Olympic swimmer like Michael Phelps could reach 2 or 3 meters. These numbers become even more thrilling when fins are added. Swimmers using a monofin can reach speeds of over 3 meters per second, allowing for impressive jumps even on land. Data on maximum speeds and thrust while swimming with fins shows that a champion swimmer on the moon could likely jump to a height of 4 or 5 meters. In other words, a reverse high dive could be performed on the moon. And that's not all. The article concluded that although people cannot run on the surface of water on Earth, they could likely do so on the moon. Then we move on to waves and splashes. Due to the reduced gravity on the moon, water would rise much more easily. As a result, there would be large waves and more flying droplets of water. Technically, the pool on the moon would be more splashy. To avoid splashing all the water, it would be necessary to make the water flow back into the pool quickly. You can simply raise the edge of the pool, but then you spoil one of the main pleasures, the slide. I absolutely want to swim on the moon. If we ever build a lunar base, I think there must definitely be a large pool there. Of course, sending water to the moon is expensive, but on the other hand, there will be people at this lunar base, so you will still have to send water. In the scale of the entire project, it's not that difficult or costly. A large swimming pool typically weighs about the same as 4 Apollo lunar modules. We do not have operational Saturn V rockets, but NASA's SLS launch system is ultimately designed to carry about the same amount as Saturn V, at a cost of several $billions per launch, and a private space company could do it even cheaper. In comparison, the budget for the Summer Olympics usually exceeds $10 billion, so perhaps the next step in creating a pool on the moon would be to invite NASA and International Olympic Committee leaders to your next pool party.